He said.
How do you take advice from a man who has no woman? Who else do you talk to at nighttime in your pillow talk? Who else do you share your life with? Who are you sharing with your life with, Shaq? Do you tell another man about your situation?
You open up to. So she did disagree with you.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Around Association. Now recently Shaq made comments that you should never open up to a woman, or he never opens up to a woman, and he had his comedian Country Wayne on the show and they were both discussing it, and that seemed to set off a firestorm within the media where every talk show was talking about, you know, Shaq's specific comments. And Monique was recently on Club Shay Shay, and her and Shaq are good friends. And this is what Monique actually had to say.
You heard what Shaq said. Shaq said, they asked Shaq, should a man open up to a woman? Shaq said no. He says, because if you do, they're gonna use it against you. He said, because if I'm crying about something, they're gonna say the first time they get mad, they're gonna say, see you crying because your daddy said what he said.
How do you take advice from a man who has no woman? And I love Shaq. But how do you take advice from my brother that has no one?
Okay.
If you have that person in your life and you say, listen, I'm dealing, I'm going through, who else do you talk to at nighttime in your pillow talk? Who else do you share your life with? Who are you sharing with your life with, Shaq? Do you tell another man about your situation? And does he make you feel better? Like, who do you share your life with? So I don't agree with that.
Now, recently, Shaq went back on his podcast and the subject came up about Monique's comments towards him. And this is what Shaq actually had to say.
I love my brother Shaq, but who do you open up to? So she did disagree with you.
The answer, my beautiful sister, and I love you too, Monique. First of all, let me address this. We can have respectful disagreements without getting personal. And I would never get personal with Miss Monique.
Yeah.
I'll never get personal with a woman. On air, on social media. I love Monique. She knows I love her. But I'm going to address her questions. She used the word pillow talk. I don't pillow talk. She used the word, Shaq doesn't have a woman. Really, Monique? Monique, really? But who do I open up to? Nobody. And let me tell you why. Because my remedy to success is I have sayings. Like, for example, on the way over here, I saw 7 homeless people, bro. Who am I to complain? I flew here private. I got my whole crew with me. We got $1 million suite. So in other words, before I start getting all sad, I say, shut up, man up, and figure it out. So therefore, all the problems that I have to define that they're really problems. And they're not. There's people with far worse problems than I got. And I feel for those people. So I don't complain, because again, I was raised by a drill sergeant, and I'm glad he raised me the way he raised me. So to answer my beautiful sister Monique, when I have problems, I have to define if they're real problems, and most of the time they're not. He said something about me. She said something about no, I'm not that guy. I'm here.
Yeah. And
the reason why I'm here, because so many people depend on me.
Now, for my take on this is pretty interesting conversation. Be interested in seeing what people say in the comments in regards to this topic. Because on the one hand, Monique is saying there's nothing my husband is not going to know about me, the good, the bad, the ugly, and me about him. So they actually share everything as far as you know, how they're feeling, what they're going through, and they work very close together. Her husband Sydney's her manager, so everything kind of goes through him. So he has a first-hand account of what could be stressing her. He knows her schedule, so you know, it actually offers a little bit more understanding on his behalf. versus Shaq's situation, raised up with a no nonsense, no excuse drill sergeant. I mean, for him to make the comment that is, that his stepdad actually said, if you don't play well, your mama gonna lose her house. that's something, that's very motivating. And I'm sure the push that if he didn't have that father figure, listen, Shaq is one of the baddest ones to ever play the game. However you feel about him as a personality, no one in yesteryear or today's game could do anything about Shaq in that middle. So a part of that is having that mean streak in you. Like, no, I'm gonna go tear this rim down. That gets put in you over time because you see everyone as the enemy. So I can see that drill sergeant, his father pushing him, and it pushed him to greatness. I mean, let's be real. Shaq has been phenomenal, but if we look on the other side, his personal life, his relationships, he admittedly says it's his fault in regards to him and his now ex-wife, Shawnee, the mother of his children, are not together. One time he even mentioned stepping out, being unfaithful. So, is that a byproduct of not having a closer relationship where you're opening up to your wife, where you are seeking these other vices, whether that's sex, doing, people that are not comfortable with themselves, sometimes they actually are more busy in whatever avenue that is. That could be professional. Some people hide themselves in their work. Some people hide themselves in alcohol, drugs, whatever. So it's a very interesting topic, and I really look forward to seeing the comments with whose side you on, based on being a man or a woman. Let me know what you guys think. I'll be checking the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'm gonna holler at you next time. Peace.